Hello friends, as part of this journey visiting large families, today we are with Dr. Reju and Dr. Sonia. They are in Chalakkudy.
Good morning.
I am Dr. Reju. I am a pediatrician. This is my wife, Dr. Sonia. She is also a pediatrician. We are blessed to have 6 children. The eldest one is Maria Alfonsa, and second one is John Vianney. Third one is Joseph George. Then Francis Anthony. Then Teresa Maria, and sixth one is Catherine Maria. It's a pleasure being here with you. So, in each family, I was asking this question: how did you become a large family? Was it your plan, or did you plan it at the time of marriage, or was it a slow progress, or how was it? Can you just share your experiences?
Yes, I was blessed to be part of the Jesus movement 25 years back when I joined a medical college, Calicut, as a medical student. I used to hear this word pro-life, but I didn't know what was pro-life. So my cousin was there doing his MD. So we started interceding for a pro-life ministry, and gradually after 1 year of intercession, we got an inspiration to start a team there. So it was part of the JY movement as well as the local diocese also. So it is known as Marian Pro-Life Movement. So soon I was part of the team. So when my cousin moved after his course, I was forced to take the responsibility of the team. So I soon started taking classes in Sundays in the parishes, and soon I was called to take classes for the pre-marriage guidance of the diocese, Tamarasheri diocese. So I had in my mind, I started reading some of the church teachings, for example, the Evangelium Vitae of Pope John Paul II. So I had in my mind of having a large family at that time itself. So after that, I was there in Calicut from 96 to 2004. Soon I got admission to St. John's Medical Bangalore. So from 2004 to 2006, I was in Bangalore. I was having some association with the pro-life ministry that time. Then after my course in 2006 was our marriage. That was in 2006 September 3rd. So after getting married, I discussed with Sonia about pro-life, but actually she was not keen to have a large family. But I didn't want to force her. So I just prayed to Holy Spirit. I knew that Holy Spirit is a spirit of marital love. So I told Holy Spirit, I invoked Holy Spirit, and I prayed and waited. And I think Sonia will be able to continue the story after marriage.
Actually, immediately after the marriage itself, we always experienced an intense love between us. So we did not want to be separated at all, because I was studying for post graduation, and that too. I was away in Cotton and he was in Aluva, that is working in another hospital. But I never liked to discuss the issue of pro-life between us. But he always told me, but he never forced me, because he used to tell me that you are the person who have to go through this pregnancy and also the delivery. But I can say that Holy Spirit itself brought me the transformation. It was step by step only, not in a row. It was not an immediate one. So even after the delivery of my first child, Maria, after 2.5 months of delivery, I had an intense neck pain, and it was diagnosed to have a spondylotic one. And I was in Reju's house with my Reju's daddy and mommy, and they were always with me, helping me. Reju was away from me, And then only I realized that being in a family, because daddy and mummy had, Reju was a part of four children. We had three sisters. And so I understood that daddy and mummy also had an intense love towards me also, because they looked after me and my little one very much. Mummy had much problems with joint problems and all, but she never. She was always ready to help me, even bathing the child and also. And actually, it was hurting me very, very much. Then Reju's sisters also was always with us, helping me and all. And then only I realized that it was wonderful to have sisters. I'd never experienced it before. So I thought it was a good idea, but I was not ready to take the pain to have more children. But I was working in the hospital, and it was my. I realized that we were going to have a third baby, and it was not easy to take the pregnancy, because it was not at an expected time, and I'd had much charge in my hospital also. So, but I heard the sound of the Holy Eucharist, that Lord was telling me that this is going to be your strength. And immediately I realized that the Spirit has come upon me, and it was giving me all the strength to be going through the pregnancy, and also doing all the work in the hospital, which I never did before. That too, the pregnancy was my strength. I used to take classes, go through all of the premises of the hospital, and go through in the neighboring panchayat also. We used to conduct classes, we used to conduct camps, and people used to, madam, just think that you are pregnant. But that pregnancy was my strength, and I used to go through in Shakespeare also. So I can tell me that baby, the third baby, Joseph, is the most active one among the 6 months. Because I was most active during that time. I was very busy, and I was praying also very well. And because prayer was my strength, I had to do many works which I never did before. So I had to. I always wanted grace from Jesus. So naturally, after the delivery and also, which is very difficult and all, I had many problems. And after going through these 2 months after delivery, I was telling Reju that we'll have more children. So it was not a compulsion on my Reju's part. It was not compulsion on anybody's part, or it was Holy Spirit bringing a transformation in me, that I was telling I was ready to accept my baby.
Towards the end of the third pregnancy, you were...
After the delivery of the third pregnancy, after 1.5 months to 2 months of, I had much suffering after the delivery. I had many problems associated with the delivery. And my gynecologist advised both of us never to have a baby, because 3 were normal deliveries. And third one just happened to be a normal delivery. At one time, Madam was telling Reju that it was going to be a cesarean. Reju told Madam that I'm going to pray for 1 hour, and then you will decide after this 1 hour. And after the 1 hour, I delivered. And it was a normal delivery. So everything happened according to Lord's plan. And after the delivery, and after all these sufferings, we were ready to accept more children. So the 4th one and the 5th one and also the 6th one gathered. So I can say that I have experienced the beauty of motherhood after the delivery of motherhood. Because I cannot say that I was ready to accept things, but I experienced Lord's love in a different way after the delivery of Kerala. I was having changes in my personal life, in my professional life, and also in my family life. We feel that we are a newlywed couple now because we are experiencing, and that the love, I told you that it was an intense love. It is more intense, and we feel that Lord is strengthened the love, because He's with me. He's between us. He's between us, and always He's with us, strengthening our love, and that we are experiencing new love.
That's a great sharing. Slow and steady progress that the Lord intervened in your life.
There is no conflicts. One is forcing the other. No, nothing like that. But it just happened. But I think, but I know that Reju was praying for that. One partner is praying, and the other one, Holy Spirit is going to bring the change.
Awesome. Yes. Dr. Reju, I would like to ask you one thing. Generally, when we speak about the number of children, the the most important thing that maybe blocking families from having more children, we thought about financial implications, the burden on the monthly budget that the new child would bring in, or maybe the thoughts about their education, how to be more responsible to the kids, and how if we are having more kids with the limited resources that we have, how this is going to happen. All these things would be the block that generally people are having. And being a large family and experiencing all these things, what's your opinion or your thought about these financial sides about of the large family?
Praise God. This is financial concern is a really big concern for many families. But God is going to bless us in all our areas. Actually, when we started the journey, our salaries were very less. I am working in a private sector, and Sonia is working in a government sector. Even the government sector salaries were very meager salary Sonia was getting. But we used to do a lot of financial discussions, like budgeting is very important. Financial discipline is very important. You have to categorize whether you need a thing, whether it is immediate or whether it is very important, urgent, important or not. So that's very important. And for us, our dad is a great blessing because he is a he was a bank officer, retired bank officer. So we used to, as a family, discuss all our financial matters with dad. So he gives us proper advice, timely advice. So, and we also, whenever we go out and buy one thing, we always ask each other whether this is needed or not. So we try to cut short all unnecessary expenses, and we even also we tell our children, we discuss with them our financial concerns. So, but God is there to look after our financial area. So we had a steady growth in our salaries and all. And actually, when our fourth child was born, we had a private practice here at home. It was a peak of our private practice when we decided to stop it, because we had less time to spend with our children. So those patients, they started coming to hospital. So in that way, God blesses. So I think when we believe in God and we take our hope in the divine providence, there won't be any struggles. There will be definitely struggles, but God is there to guide us. God is there to protect us. So we have to completely depend upon God, whatever struggle we are going through. So regarding number of children, or as each child came to a family, God always blessed us. So in a salary wise, in a professional skills also, God is blessing us wonderfully. So we never looked upon money as our motive. So this is a profession, this is a divine profession. So our focus is on God. So if we have a focus on God, God is there to take control of our life. So that's what that's our experience.
Great. I have a question to you. Maybe, what do you think? See, in a large family, I think the elder ones are also sharing responsibility as a parent, right? Can you just share about that? Is it good for a child to, a child's upbringing in a micro family or a large family? What's your opinion?
This is my our eldest daughter, Maria always tells us that her friends who are all part of a small family, one or two kids. They always tell Maria that they are actually jealous of you, Maria, because she's able to share things with them, and her teachers also tell that Maria is able to adjust with everything. So she always looks after them, and she takes care of the young ones, and that too even because related to the education study matters also. When they have a project and all, they usually sit together and discuss. Actually, the young ones come to me or Reju for help. We tell them that you have the elder brothers and also you have a sister. We just ask them. Initially, they might not get much help, but the elder ones will understand that Appa and Amma is not going to help. Because we just want them to, they might be having more work, but I want them to share the time with the younger ones also. So last time, fourth one, Francis had a project, and I just told that the ones that they have to prepare a self-introduction for them, and also prepare the project. He was going to set up an indoor plant, and the elder ones were actually very tense when Francis was going to present. They just like they were up and amma looking how the child is presenting, going to present, and I just understood that they had put on such an effort. And they were looking keenly to how this younger one is going to present. So that will bring up a responsible mind setup also. Because when we go out for programs, we are part of the couples ministry in Chalakkudy Diocese. Last time we had to go for a program, and we never knew that the second person, John, had a project. And after we went for the program, John started crying, "Oh, tomorrow I have a project." And Daddy also got angry. The parents had gone off without doing the things for him. And Maria, his Chechi, and the younger one, Joseph, took the project book, and also they started cutting pictures. And when they came back, they had prepared a very good project presentation and all. So might be I won't tell that they are actually they are not always ready, but once the situation comes, they are able to mold, or they are able to ready. They are able to help us also. And once also during the Corona time, mommy had Corona last month, but we really we experienced the Holy Spirit's presence here, because mommy was in the isolation room and we never had any help from outside. And the kids, Mari Chichi was bathing the younger ones, gave back to the younger ones, and also, and the children was always helping us. And we experienced the spirit of unity. So children always experience, because Corona time, other friends are always telling that their children, single ones and all, one or two children, they are having much mental stress at that time. But our children, they are allowed, six of them, they are playing with each other and always quarreling also. Quarreling itself helps the mental release of the mental stress also. So we always feel that we didn't know about it, but now we are able to experience that. They are helping each other, they are quarreling with each other, and together they are having a intellectual and also emotional growth. Because emotionally they are growing. They will be able to adjust more to the outside world. And Lord is definitely going to help. The Lord is definitely going to help them, because we are placing them before the Lord's hands. Might be we are not able to see to every single thing, but we are placing them before the Lord's hands. And definitely Lord is going to handle the situation.
I have never noticed any of you losing your temper. Maybe there may be times when you are losing temper, but generally anyone can get that pulse. Now, when you go into a peaceful family, that peace we can experience. And if that is a habitually shouting family, one or two times you will get that pulse. So, but I didn't get any any evidence of maybe you losing totally your you're getting frustrated or anything like that. So, what do you think? Is the number of children going to make you frustrated, or as the number of children increases, the family's peace is lost, or is it the reverse? What do you think?
See, there are times of frustration or times are there, but generally speaking, when we are depending totally on God, so it's our inner peace that solves the problem. So if Jesus is inside me, I'll have, because He is the Prince of Peace. So that inner strengthening is very important. So there are times where we feel disappointed and all because of some their negative behaviors and all will be haunting us. But in general, it is very easy because I already told you about co-parenting. Because the elder ones will, we can assign them duties, so it's very important. So regarding the studies or when they go to bed and all, we can tell the elder ones to take care of the younger ones. So many of the times it's very easy. So rearing up one or two children is rather difficult. So now they are trained like that. When Maria was alone, we used to go her to bed at 8 o'clock or little early because they need more sleep. Then when second one, John came, we used to take them to bed together. Now it's very easy because Maria will take care of the girls and John will take care of the boys. So they go as a team. So that's very important. So there are times when we have difficulties in parenting or the conflicts are there. What we do is we depend on God and we discuss with each other. When we discuss with our parents about what to do, they have issues in the school or issues with their studies or issues in the Sunday catechism. There are, of course, there will be times of issues, but we discuss each other and then we come to a conclusion or we take a decision what to do or move forward. So as a team, it's very easy. If parents are separated, usually the parenting conflict comes when the love of the parents are not, in between the parents are not there, there will be conflicts. So we try not to have conflict in parenting. They should not get that message that we are separated or we have a confusion in parenting. So we discuss each other and we take a decision. So then it will be very easy.
That's a good thing. And what is that message that you have? The secret of your family life that you want to share with the families of India.
Praise the Lord. It was a culture and tradition of our country, especially in Kerala, to have large family. When we look back 1 century back, we can see most of the families, whether Christian or Hindus or Muslims, they have large families or a big number of children like 8, 10, 12, 15 like that. So it was a culture. Now this is a period of death culture where we had to go back to a culture of life. We had to build a culture of life. But when we see individual families, we see there is a lot of isolation, especially the parents. They are lonely. They are having a loneliness, and many of the diseases of the parents like hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, all these are associated with loneliness. There are a lot of authentic studies also. So the 2011 census says that by 2040 we will have a grey country or grey Kerala, like more than 60% of the population will be above 60 in Kerala. So that's a tragedy. That's going to be a big tragedy. So we need large families, or we need more children in our families. We have to welcome more children to our families, because it is God who says in Psalm 127 that children are a blessing. So we have to believe that. And from our experience, it's true also. We are actually experiencing the joy of having more children. Of course, there will be times of troubles or difficulties or struggles will be there, but Lord is here. As Psalm 113 3 says, the abundance of life is there in a family. So our message is to all families is to have more children, have experienced the joy of having many children, and usually most of the many of the couples, both husband and wives, are working, so they don't have a way to lower down their stress. So children are actually a stress releasing factor. So we need more stress releasing factors, children in our families. So that's our message.
We are all called to holiness. Actually, Jesus wants us to fill us more with more and more of grace. So, as we have experienced in our life, that initially when we had one or two children, we were able to attend to everything about our children. But now, as the number of children increased, we realize that we have to depend more and more on Jesus only. Because so we are having, we are going through much troubles and all, but still we are looking on to our Lord because He's going to fill us with more and more grace. So on one side you have the problems, you have many problems, but you are able to. But Lord is ready to fill you with more and more grace. So as we see in our life from 2006 to 2021, it has been definitely a transformation because He has been leading us into more and more holiness. So, as large family, we are able to experience the love of God. We are experience the love of God in a deeper manner through our marital life, love, and through the love between parents and children. So we can definitely look on to God, to the Holy Trinity, because we are because Lord will lead us into heaven, and because definitely filling us with holiness, we are going to look into the heaven to be with in union with the Trinity, with the saints, and also the holy angels. So definitely, it is God's plan for us humans, that for us children, that He's going to fill us with more of holiness.
Each of the large family that I have come across, they are giving different message of their own. And the message, the concluding note that you have given, that the large family as a shortcut to heaven, maybe to reach heaven, be in union with God. And this formation that is happening to a large family is helping you to reach that ultimate God. With that a beautiful note, let us wind up this session. Thank you so much for your valuable insights that you have shared with us. And God bless us all. And may this sharing inspire a lot of families in India to opt for life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.